Hello guys, welcome back to the channel that Techie Guy, and today we are solving our question which is based on lead code. Okay, and this question may come in your TCS DCA exam, or like this types of question will came. So the question is of easy types. Let's assume. Yeah, so the question is short as distance to a character. Okay, so once in a while, most of you are texting in Telegram or in WhatsApp group that which question you want to solve, like you are likely to solve in your for the practice of your interview question. So in lead code, there is the thing of like and dislike. Okay, and if a problem has more dislikes, then it is not a valid problem to solve. Okay, so don't waste your time there. Just simply go to the next question. As example is this question. So this question got 2.2k likes and 1.4k dislikes. Okay, so that means this question is not a good one to solve, so leave this, and our question is short as distance to a character. Okay, so let's read the problem. Given a string S and a character C that occurs in a string. Okay, so what we have given a string and a character C that occurs in S, and it will always occur in S. So return an array of integer answer. So we have to return another array which is named as answer, where answer dot length, and where answer means that answer array we are going to return, it has same length as the string length, and answer at I is the distance from index I. Okay, and answer at I means the indexes is the distance from I to the closest character at C in S. Okay, that means wait, later I will explain. The distance between two indices I and j is abs I minus j, where abs is the absolute value of the function. So what we have to do, so by explaining with the example, so input one says if we have a string lead code. Okay, this love lead code, and a character which is e. Okay, now we have to mention the characters which is like for L, how many spaced it is from E. Okay, so E is at third index, like third position. So from L 0 V then E, then it is third. For O, the closest E is, we have to find closest E. Okay, so closest E is 2, and for V closest E at 1, and for E, since it is an always an E, then it is 0. Okay, now for L, the E is near, so only 1. Now for these two E, we have these two zeros. For T, we have this E closer, so 1. For this C, we have again this 1 closer. For that but O, then we have this E closer, so it comes here only 2 here. For D, it is only 1, and for E, it's 0. Okay, and this explanation is explained here. Okay, so we have almost a very of the much approach, but you can see like this. So for B, there is A from 3 distance, A from 2 distance, and A from 1 distance, and then 0. So this code we can crack by using, we are not using two pointer method. So what we can do, first we can go through left hand side. Okay, so we get in roughly an array. Okay, so we get an rough array of the characters which we are going to place. Okay, and nextly we are going to iterate it through the right hand side. Okay, so if we go through the right hand side and then we compare if our for left rotation which value is lesser, and those value are lesser, we are going to consider that. Okay, so since we need some of the things, since we have to create an array, so I am storing s dot length in a separate variable. Okay, so s dot length, and it is just, now we have to make another array. So I am naming it as result equal to new array. So size of the array is the string size as mentioned in the question. Okay. Now what we are going to choose now for this C. Okay. I have to choose like char position. Okay. So now I am uh, naming this equal to char position, and I am considering it as minus n. Okay, this is in. Now we are uh, initializing this char position. Okay, so this char position is nothing, just this char position. Okay, we are storing. So since we don't have any position, so I am marking it as minus n. Okay, now we are going to iterate through first loop. So now I is less than n and I plus plus, and we have to compare if s dot char at I, if it is equal to c, then what we have to do, we have to store char position. Okay, char dot position, char position. Okay, so I have misspelled this, but not a problem since we can use this. Okay, so char position, I am using it I. Okay, so what happens whenever I got a char position means our c, then I am initializing to this I. Okay, so we have char position. Otherwise, what I am going to store in result at I am going to store result at I, a different thing. So result at I will be I minus char position. Okay, so this is the thing you are going to know soon. What is this char position and what is this I? Okay, so result at I, consider this thing will give us only nothing. Okay, this thing will us give us the zero. Okay, like for E it is zero. uh Explanation is simple, pretty simple. Okay, so since char position means a position which is initialized with minus n. Okay, so now if you loop through it, first char position is initialized with I, so I is it at index 3. Okay, I is at index 3, then result at I equal to I. So I itself is here 3 and char position is also 3. So 3 minus 3 is 0. Okay, so here we got our first answer, means our first array which is roughly not equal. Okay, which is not equal. So yeah, it is an good practice if I return result array here. Okay, so you can see if I am returning result array here and running this. Now what we have done, we have some negative values as well. So our test case is failed. Okay, as I have said you. Okay, so we have this. Okay, minus minus minus. But look at this. Where we want 0, we have 0. So at fourth position we have 0. At this position we have 0, and for this we have 0. Okay, now what happened if this position we have initialized, that is I minus char position. Since the length of the string is 12, so index is 0. 0 minus what, 0 minus char position, which is at minus n. So minus length is 12 for lovely code. Okay, so here is 12. If index is increased by 1, then 13, and then index is again increased to 2, then it is 14. Okay, now it is 0. Okay, I think it is minus minus and it got plus, so it is happening here, and 0, and for 1 1 1 1 this thing is coming out. Okay, now we are just copying this code and pasting it here. And right now what we are going to do, we are looping through in reverse. Okay, so just I'm changing the condition greater than equal to 0, and I'm using I minus minus. Okay, and right now what we are going to do, we are going to store result at I, but we are using here math dot min function. Okay, so this function will give us two things. First, we are comparing with it result with I itself. Okay, that means if math dot result at I is minimum, with math dot abs, this thing I minus car position. Okay, so this thing is little complicated. So listen carefully. We are going to store minimum position here. Okay, since we want these indexes. Okay, 12, because after second round we have got some minimum position, but consider for this two. Okay, which is correct in first round we have got. and in another round we are getting this 14 here, so 2 is less than 14. Okay, so we want 2 here, so this function will give us, since mat.min result at I, so result at I is these values already present. Okay, and with these are comparing with this position which we got from this loop. Okay, so this is the only thing we are going to use, and I am running this. Let's see what happened. Okay, so s dot caret I is equal to C, but what is wrong with this? Okay, index out of bound for length 12. Okay, so I want to start from n minus 1. It's my mistake. So yes, my first test case is accepted and our second case is also done. So submitting this problem, and hopefully yes, so it is my first attempt and I got accepted here. And okay, so our code is also good. If you have any doubts with this code, okay, so do one thing. If you have any doubts, okay, so debug this code in IntelliJ or do it by pen and paper. Okay, try to write this minus thing. Okay, so let's see if I comment this thing. Okay, if I comment this thing and running it, so I have commented my first loop and running second. So what happens, we have got, look, we have got all the things as zero. Since we are going to minimize, we are checking minimum minimize, so we are getting zero here. Okay, all things as zero, but we got but we have to get these things as well, so we are getting from this loop only. Okay, so do one thing, if you have any doubts you can try run this in copy pen and you will get the answer. Okay, so this is the thing I want to show you. So let's again run this, but it is going to accept. Okay, so yeah, and if you want to prepare for IP or anything, these are the playlists for MCQ materials. This is TCS, DCA, and those who are preparing for TCA, which is an Ninja to digital exam, also prefer this NQT questions. Okay, since most of them is same, and if you want to check it out how to crack it, then there is in this playlist you can get the strategy. And for IPA, we have the 15 marks question playlist and 35 marks question Java playlist, and this is the mixed both 35 marks and 15 marks Java questions. Okay, so sorry, Python questions. So this is Python series. I hope you love the video. So okay, bye, see you in the next video.